Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you because you're gonna have to speak up.
I'm flaky.
Okay. You gonna come tomorrow?
Yes. Are you mad at me?
No, it's okay. It's actually better than just flaky. It's a lot to speak.
Okay, but can you text me a lot?
You want me to talk to you?
Yeah.
What's wrong, baby? What's going on? You're just feeling anxious?
No, I'm actually fine. I'm just like...
Black.
There's nobody here.
Oh, I get you, baby. You should watch Disney Plus with me.
What are you watching?
Watching X-Men.
Oh my god.
Have you ever seen the remake? They did one on the Phoenix.
Nah.
And it's that chick from Game of Thrones. Like, she's actually really good in this one.
Wasn't she in the old ones too?
No, Jennifer Lawrence was.
Yes, she was.
No, Dolly was a different chick.
It was Halle Berry, huh?
Yeah, Halle Berry and what's his name? Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
That's the
But they have all of them, I think, on Disney Plus. But I'm watching the newer ones, like the remakes. They're actually really good. Like, I'm watching them because
Are they in the MCU?
Huh?
Are they part of the MCU?
Yes. So like, you remember the first one that we went to go watch, Doctor Strange, and how there was that witch, the Scarlet Witch, the red chick. So the red chick, and like the comic books, there's this theory, or like there's like this alternate universe supposedly where she is related to this guy that has like super speed, like that's a superpower, and then they're both twins. Not Flash. It's a different character.
Oh.
But it's but he has like super speed, so they're twins, and they were both born from the. I don't know if you've seen X-Men, but there's this guy who bends metal named Magneto.
Uh-huh.
And in this storyline, like they show that he has like a daughter that like gets killed, and like that's like sends him on a rampage and blah blah blah. But in the comic books, it's supposed to tie both of them together. So supposedly he is like their parents, and that's the reason why they have like superpowers, and the reason why she ends up becoming like the most powerful the most powerful mutant in the world, and tries to take over everything.
That's so gay.
It's just interesting. Like there's a lot of complexities, and there's like a lot of storylines that have to be released before like the main thing can be released, and it's intense.
It's so dumb.
They just released phase 5 and 6 of the Marvel universe. So there's gonna be like four 6 movies for phase 5 and another 4 for like phase 6, where it's like all of the Avenger ones, like all of the movies tying into each other, like the main battle.
Uh-huh.
But this phase is supposed to be like the new age superheroes, so it's like kind of tying. Just remember how like for Buzz Lightyear, we were like, oh, like we can totally tell we're not like the target audience anymore.
Uh-huh.
So that the way that Marvel did is like they got all like the old main storylines out of the way, and like it took fucking years. I mean, like it took over 10 years for them to get all of that like their storylines out, and like now all of the characters are basically aged out, so like they're too old to play the role. So now they're like trying to tie it into the actual comic book version, which is a multiverse, where they're able to bring in like the new age people, like the younger people, like the different storylines. And this is why they're going with like the original Thor story, because it's more like kid animated. Like I don't know if you've seen like that old 80s movie, I don't know if it was like early 90s, but where it's like this babysitter, and like there's like a little girl that she's dressed up as Thor, like with the helmet and the hammer.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so that like that's
like,
a
classic.
Then in the 80s, yeah, back in the 80s, like that was like Thor was like big time 80s like superhero. Like everybody wanted to be him, and like that's why the movie that we went to go see was very like retro themed.
Has all the 80s music.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why they're trying to like set it up for like the new group that's trying to grow into the universe. I guess
So gay.
it's freaking great. I'm
You're a
excited.
freaking nerd.
I've been told you this, babe. Don't act surprised.
You don't even watch Game of Thrones, do you?
I did. I already watched it like 3 times.
Oh my god.
And they're actually coming out with another, they're actually coming out with 2 spin-offs for that show. Like a prequel and then like a sequel to the Game of Thrones.
Isn't it out already?
I don't know. I have to double check.
I think it is.
It might be out, to be honest. I gotta double check. The sequel I know is still not out yet, but the prequel I've already seen like ads for it on HBO.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
Yay.
This is what you're in for, babe. You have to get used to it.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You gotta get into it. You gotta learn to love it.
Never.
Yes. Just like I watch Fights with you, you gotta watch this with me.
You don't watch Fights with me?
I used to always watch Fights with you. You just don't watch them with me anymore.
Because you ask all the dumb questions.
You're rude. You ask a lot of dumb questions, too.
Sorry.
Alright, babe. But, like I said, I gotta look into that one thing, the museum.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
that would be really cool.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna flake again?
No. I want to do that. I want to, like, especially because it's like summertime and it's like really hot. I want to get out and do more things.
Yeah.
Try to take advantage. We have to do a drive-in. Drive-in.
Yeah.
There's like, I think I saw it like over like in, well, but it's like really far. It's kind of heading like towards Palm Springs. There's another drive-in. It's supposed to be like tiki theme.
Supposed to be what?
Tiki theme?
Tiki theme?
Yeah, like a tiki lounge.
What the hell?
Very retro. I mean, all of Palm Springs is like very tiki, very retro. Like rockabilly themed.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear. It's so late. Is it, when you were living in Long Beach, like, was 80, wait, let me double check. The weather shows, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna be 84 degrees. Was that like really hot over there? Or was that like okay because it's like by the beach?
Well, they got hot sometimes.
Yeah. Man, I'm stressed because it's gonna, I don't like being out of the heat too long. Or like in the sun like that. Especially if I'm wearing black, so careful that. Are you still gonna be able to watch Venus tomorrow? On Tuesday?
Yeah.
Perfect. Are you gonna want to sleep over tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna bring your machine and everything?
Yes.
Perfect. It'll only be until they bury him, and then I'm gonna come back and pick her up, and then have to drive back to Whittier afterwards.
Okay.
So I don't know how long does the funeral usually take, like a couple of hours, huh?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Like the day of. I'm thinking it shouldn't take more than 4 hours, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, if you don't know the person, you don't have to stay there usually. You just have to pay respect and leave.
Yeah, well, I kind of have to go because it's like my aunt, and they're having like, I don't know if it's like a dinner or just like, like a gathering afterwards.
Uh-huh.
And my mom wants me to be there. They have a bunch of people that are gonna show up.
Oh yeah, then you gotta stay.
Yeah, so that's why I have to, after depending on how long the services are, I have to come pick up Mina and then drive all the way back to Whittier. Or I might go to Whittier, but I still have to be there. There's no getting up. What do you have planned?
Tomorrow? Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing. Swear.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Alright, baby. Well, I'm gonna text you. I gotta finish getting my stuff together.
Okay, keep texting me.
Alright, love you.
Love you, bye.
Alright, bye.
The more I hated the fact that we never appreciated Bill Russell. When I finally wrote my own basketball book in 2009, I tried to make amends. I spent an entire chapter proving that Russell was better than Wilt Chamberlain, which he was. Bill Russell was the best defensive player ever, and the best teammate ever in any sport. He was also one of the most socially conscious athletes we've ever had, a proud African-American who fearlessly discussed civil rights during a truly frightening time. I never thought Bill Russell got his just due, either as a basketball player or a human being. Eventually, I decided I just had to meet him. I flew to Seattle, and I stopped by Mr. Russell's house. You were the coach of the Sonics in the mid-'70s, and you've lived in Seattle for the last 40 years.
I bought this house in '73.
I remember because we had season tickets, I think, from when I was 4 years old on. You would come to some of the games, and it was like, just the way people reacted was kind of amazing. And I never saw you play, obviously. I was born the year you retired.
Well, can I tell you something? You didn't miss a thing.
I think I did. I remember I was at a Celtic game, and some older fan came up to me and was like, if you ever read a basketball book, you got to defend Russell. He was the best player ever.
I agree wholeheartedly that this is the greatest player that ever played a game of basketball. Bill Russell.
We came down here, part of what we wanted to do was like look at all the stuff that you kept. And what does it mean to you when you look through that trophy case? Is it just like a big blur?
It's hard to explain. Each one of those things has a story. Some of the stories are important. Like the MVP of the '63 All-Star game in Los Angeles. That was one of the great experiences for me.
How come?
I invited my father to come to the All-Star game. And the night before, Chick Hearn was saying that Los Angeles is the best ball capital in the world. And so Red, in his own diplomatic way, says, it'll never be the center of the world until you win a championship. And you guys ain't won nothing.
Yeah.
He's a real diplomat. And so, I laughed so hard. And so on the way home to dinner, my father said, yeah, they ought to shut up about that. I said, what are you talking about? He says, I hope you guys kick their asses. I said, you feel that way? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. We'll win the game tomorrow. I'll make sure of that. And I'll get the MVP. And he said, you can do that? I said, yeah. And I did it.
Russell fakes right and goes to the left. Wade for the lane. Swings back in on Chamberlain. The hook
MVP, which I promised my father I would do.
Bill Russell's the most valuable player in the game, and many fans across the country hail him as the greatest ever to hit the NBA.
As far as trophies are concerned, that was the highlight of my career.
Really?
Yeah, because I could keep my word to my father. My father was my hero because when my mother got sick and she knew she was dying, she asked him to promise her that he would send her boys to college. We buried her in Louisiana. And while we were down there, she had 5 sisters. And so they would decide who was going to take me and who was going to take my brother. And my father says, I'm going to take them both back to California with me. And they said, man can't raise kids. He says, I promised their mother I would try. And so he had a business. He used to make a lot of money. He went back to Oakland and sold the business. And he started to work in the foundry for $42 a week, which was about half what he had been making before in his business. And he sacrificed so he could be home every night to be a good parent. I was never afraid because I knew that he loved me. And he never let me down.
So how many times did he come see you play?
He used to come back to the playoffs. You know, when I got that big contract, I called him up and I says, Dad, you don't have to work anymore. He says to me, I don't want your damn money. I got my own money. I says, but you've been working since I was 12. That's a terrible job. He says, listen, son, I'll give these people 30 of the best years of my life. Now, I'm going to give them a few of the bad ones.
This is your Topps rookie card. 1957. All-Star Game MVP here. Up here we have all this stuff from, it seems like high school and college.
Nothing from high school.
Nothing from high school? What was this one? I guess this is from...
This is the AAU tournament my freshman year in college.
It's your first trophy, right?
Yeah.
Was that the year you put it all together?
A guy asked me, he says, you talk about McClymons and you talk about the Celtics, but you never talk about your career in college. Why not? So I just said, by the time I got to USF, I was already what I was going to be.
Bill Russell, 6'10" center of the San Francisco Dons, biggest winner of the collegiate basketball circuit.
My first varsity game playing Cal Berkeley. That center was preseason All-American. First 5 shots he took, I blocked. So we go to our house, my coach says to me, you can't play defense that way. I said, what do you mean? He said, that's not the way to play defense.
To block shots?
Yeah, because he'd never seen it.
It turned out Russell wasn't bad at the whole winning thing. He won 2 straight NCAA titles and an Olympic gold medal before arriving in Boston. Russell and Red Auerbach immediately revolutionized the game. Youth always talked about blocking shots. You would jump straight up, because if you leaned forward, it was easier to get a foul.
So what happened was...
Well, why don't guys do that now?
I don't think they approach shots the way I did.
Revolutionary.
What happened was, this fucking... Usually when the concerts are around, and I usually go in the comments and I just put... Usually when concerts come around, I go in the comments and I just post like who got the ticket. Because usually I can always get one, you know? Especially if I'm really like, for certain shows that are like hip hop shows, it's usually easy to get tickets. For the bigger shows, like the one I did today, it's a little bit harder. But I didn't even really want to go today anyways, but I just went in the comments and I was like, who got a ticket? I was looking around. And then some people responded this morning. And yeah, somebody responded. They're like, hey, you know, I got this ticket. I'm trying to get rid of it. Everything looked kind of legit. Even, I don't know. Honestly, I'm pretty good. I'm usually pretty good at this stuff. I mean, I don't know how I got scammed, to be honest. Honestly, I knew it was a scam, but I kind of just went along with it. I was like, you know what? My whole idea was like, it's a risk either way. So like, I might as well just try it. And if it's not, I just get them. I just try to give my money back. But basically, she was like, "I'm trying to sell this ticket for $100, and I was selling this ticket for $100, and this is the seat." And I'm like, I told her, I was like, "Why are you selling it for so cheap?" She was like, she had a whole story. Like, I was like, "Why are you selling it so cheap?" Because it's like a $500 ticket, and she's selling it for $100. She's like, "I'm just trying to get rid of it." And she was like, "Nah, now." She's like, "I just told my husband, and my husband don't want me to sell it for that price no more because we want to get more." I was like, "Well, fuck." I was like, "I could have just not said nothing." I was like, "You know what?" I could have just not said nothing, bro. You told me $100. I told you could get more, and but I don't know. I kind of dissed her, and then she was like, "All right, I'll sell it to you for $100 because I know that's what I told you, but." If anyone else wants to take it, they're going to have to charge him more or whatever. So I was like, so we went back and forth a bunch, and then I finally was like, well, we finally agreed to, I was like, all right, I'm going to send you half the money, I'm going to send you $50, you're going to send me the ticket, and I'm going to send you the other 50. That being said, there was like hella red flags. I mean, the account looked real. She was like saying LOL and all this shit. And I was like, what the fuck? She was sending emoji. It was like a real conversation, you know, it was a long conversation. And then she fucking yeah, I mean her name on the Instagram was Anjanette something, and then her email was like a random Outlook email. I was like, what the fuck? That's weird. And when you add the Outlook email to Zelle, it came up as Malik. It was some weird shit. And then another thing that was weird is that when that person sent me one of the emojis one time, because it was like a white girl on picture, the fucking emoji icon was black, like the finger emoji was a black color. So I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, that's a bunch of weird shit that's happening. And then, so anyways, all that long ass story, right? So finally, we went back and forth, like, should I send you the money? Are you going to send it? Like, do I trust you? Do you trust me? Blah, 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 blah. And we finally agreed to it, so I sent her $50. And she emailed me a ticket, but the ticket looked super legit. I was like, what the fuck? She sent me a little file that adds to my Apple Wallet, so it looks legitimate. Like, that's how tickets are. They go into your Apple Wallet now. So it's like, how the fuck did it do that? It has a barcode on it. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's like, and I was telling her, why didn't you just send it through the Ticketmaster app? Because that's how normal people send it. And she's like, no, it doesn't let me do it because I bought it in pairs. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I ain't gonna send you the rest of the money because like this shit could potentially be fake. Like, she's like, what? Hell yeah! And then when she sent me the email. The email had a whole different name. The email said like Valentina something else, and it was like a Gmail. So it was like it was so many red flags. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? It's just a risk. It's like no matter what, it's a risk, and it's only $50, and then I could probably get that back if anything. And then if it's real, then it's only $100 ticket. So I was just like, you know what? I'd rather just risk 50 than risk a whole 100. So like, it's worth. I mean, it's like, worst comes to worst, I lose $50 for a little while and eventually get it back. And best case scenario, I get a good ass ticket. So I was like, fuck it, you know. So I ended up having the ticket. So I'm like, damn. So now I'm just like, well, I have a ticket now. It looks real, you know. But so I might as well like go try to get in. You know, so I drove down there today. And fucking, you know, I walked to the gate and they were like, nah, this ticket is not found in our system. It's invalid. But I was just like, ah, fuck it. Let me just get out of here. So I left. I was like, whatever. So annoying. I'm not that mad about it, you know. I kind of knew, all this was gonna happen. I just, I didn't really honestly, I was kind of hoping it was real and all that, but I was kind of expecting everything that happened today, considering I was like, this is too good to be true and all that. But I was like, I still had a ticket. Even though it was a fake ticket, I was like, I gotta just go try to get it. It might work, you know what I mean? So I was like, but nah. And then another thing too, yeah, they fucking blocked me after I sent the money after a while. Cause she was like, you gotta send me the other half and blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, bro. I was like, this shit's sketchy. Like, you already have $50 on my money. You sent me this weird ass ticket that doesn't even look real. Oh, God. I just recorded. I just recorded a fucking message and it was deleted. Fucking phone, man. Yeah, I just recorded a long ass message and it was deleted. Man, basically though, I usually when the contracts come around, I go on the Instagram and I post like, hey, who got a ticket? And I'm usually always able to get one. Like, especially for hip hop, concerts, those ghetto ones where fucking Ice Cube and all these fools we play all the time. I'm usually always able to get tickets for those shows and shit, and smaller shows. But the big ones are hard. The big ones, the stadiums and shit. Those are hard to get tickets for, on a third party. They have to be verified because their tickets, they're digital. It's a wholly different. It's a whole different. It's a whole different game trying to get those ones. But usually I'm always able to get one. But I didn't even want to go to the show today. But last night it was the little fucking Instagram ad came up for SoFi Stadium and Red Hot Chili Peppers tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. And I saw it, so I just I went in the comments. I was like, who got a ticket? And then someone responded this morning. It seemed all legit. The account looked legit. There was a bunch of red flags though during the conversation, but I was like, it was a bunch of back and forth, and then it was like, okay, you sent me. We finally agreed to. I was like, it's $100 ticket. Send me 50. I'll send you a ticket. And you send the other 50. So I sent 50. They sent the ticket, and I didn't send the other 50 though. But the ticket they sent me was low key looked legit. I mean, I was like, they sent it in a weird way, but it looked legit. They sent me an email that has a file that adds to my Apple Wallet, and then it looks super legit. I was like, this shit kind of looks real. It could potentially be real. But yeah, they sent it in a weird way because I was like, the way you would normally send this ticket is through the Ticketmaster app. That's really the only way to send it. And they were like, no, I can't do that. I have to send it through email, not print by email, but transfer via email or something like that. That's whatever it's called. I was like, interesting. Because I do this all the time and I know how the tickets work. And I was like, well, I'll still believe in it. I was like, it could be real. Technically, they sent me a ticket, has a barcode on it, has the date. I was like, I don't even know how you would fake this, but apparently they figured it out. But it low-key looks real. But yeah, so I was already off $50, so I owed them another 50. And I was like, you know what? You sent this all weird, you didn't do it the right way. So I was like, I'm not going to send you the other half. until I get into the stadium, you know, because this shit could potentially be fake. And there, you know, there was a bunch of red flags. There was a bunch of weird sus shit that happened. They were talking about. I was like, this is weird. But in my mind, I was like, well, it's only 50. Like, you know, worst comes to worst, I lose $50 and have to get it back to reclaim it, all that. At best case scenario, I'll get a sick ass ticket. So I was like, you know, whatever. But so I was like, you know, I might get scammed, but they sent me an actual ticket. So after I had the ticket, I was like, well, I have to go at least try, you know, because I was like, this shit might get me in, even if it's a fake ticket. It shit looks real. I might be able to get in. And then I was like, fuck it. And then another thing. So what else was hitting me up with a cheaper ticket for like the nosebleeds, right? I was like, well, you know what? They're selling it for cheaper too. They're selling their ticket for $50 full. And I was like, you know what? Let me try to get that one. That way I have a backup in case this other one don't work. And I was like, I might just be able to use both of them and get into like because one of them was a pit ticket, which is like you're at the bottom, like close to the stage, an expensive ticket, you know. And then the other one was like in the nosebleed. So I was like, if I have both of them, I might just be able to get into the stadium. And once I'm inside, I might just be able to use the other fake ticket to navigate to the bottom. And I was like, it might work out anyway. So I kind of did the same thing with this other person. But I was like, I'll send you $25. You send me a ticket. And then, so I sent them money. And then they fucking just scammed me right away. They didn't even send me shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, man, fuck. So that one was just a straight loss. Hopefully I get my money back on that one. So I got scammed twice. And then this other guy, dude. So when I was at the stadium, the ticket, like, the shit wasn't working. So it was like, this other guy hit me up on Instagram and was like, "Do you need a ticket?" And this guy was legit, but he didn't fucking trust me. So I was like, man, I got to a big old argument with him. I ended up sending him more money than any of them, but he never sent me the ticket because he thought I was scamming him. So those two. So anyway, I fucking ended up getting scammed out of $160 today. But 80 of it I can for sure get back because it went through PayPal and it went through a MasterCard, which has like fraud protection on it. So I'm not worried about that. I was like, that's an easy risk where like I can for sure get my money back. And then the other ones from I did earlier that I was telling you about, the first ones, those ones I have to like file a claim and hopefully I can get my money back. It doesn't look like it though. Because I called them and they're like, you know, Chase doesn't have protection on these payments when you do it through Zelle like that. And I was like, we'll file a claim as a one-time courtesy, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just going to keep fighting until I get my money back. Because it's not that much money. And so hopefully I can get something. I don't know. I didn't really want to go once I got to the stadium though. I was like, well, I'm here. I'm gonna try to get in. So I did the last guy, but I'm not really worried about that one. It's just annoying. But I didn't even want to go today, you know? I was kind of doing the most. I was just like wasting my whole day on that. It's because this morning this person got me all excited because it looked all real. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have a ticket. It's like, fuck, that shit might be dope. God might be blessing me today. And it's scamming me. But it's all good. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I know $80 I'm gonna get back for sure. And then the other ones through Zelle, hopefully I can get some of that back, but I know Zelle doesn't do that, so I'm just like hoping like I get the courtesy credit on that, at least one of them. So that's what happened today. I just recorded a long ass message and it was deleted. Man, basically though, like, usually when the contracts come around, I go on Instagram, post like, hey, you got a ticket, and I'm usually always able to get, like, especially for hip hop, like concerts like these ghetto ones or like fucking Ice Cube and all these things. Like, I'm usually always able to get tickets for those shows and shit, like smaller shows. But the big ones are hard. Like the big ones, the stadiums and shit, those are hard to get tickets for. Like from a third party, like they have to be verified because their tickets, they're like digital. They're just, it's wholly different. It's a whole different. It's a whole different game trying to get those ones. But usually always if we get one. But I didn't even want to go to the show today. But last night it was like the little fucking Instagram ad came up for SoFi Stadium. Like Red Hot Chili Peppers tomorrow. Like blah 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 blah. I saw it. So I just put it in one of the comments. I was like, who got a ticket? And then someone responded this morning. Seagull legit, the Cal looked legit. There was a bunch of red flags though during the conversation. So it was a bunch of back and forth. And then it was like, okay, he finally agreed to it. I was like, it's $100 ticket. Just leave it real. But yeah, they sent it in a weird way because I was like, the way you would normally send this ticket is to the Ticketmaster app. That's really the only way to send it. And they were like, no, I can't do that. I have to send it through email, print by, transfer via email or something like that. That's whatever it's called. And I was like, interesting. You know, because I do this all the time and I know how the tickets work. And I was like, but, you know, I was like, you know, I'll still believe in it. I was like, it could be real. Like, technically, they sent me a ticket, has a barcode on it, has the date. I was like, I don't even know how you would fake this, but apparently they figured it out. But it kind of low-key looks real. But yeah, so I was already about $50. I owed them another 50. And I was like, you know what? You sent this off weird, you didn't do it the right way. So I was like, I'm not gonna send you the other half until I get into the stadium, you know, because the shit could potentially be fake. And then, you know, there was a bunch of red flags. There was a bunch of weird sus shit that happened. They were talking about. I was like, this is weird. But in my mind, I was like, well, it's completely like, you know, worst comes to worst, I lose $50 and have to get it back, you know, claim and all that. Best case scenario, I get a sick ass ticket. So I was like, you know, whatever. So I was like, you know, I might get scammed, but they sent me an actual ticket. So after I had the ticket, I was like, well, I have to go at least try. You know? So I was like, this shit might get me in, even if it's a fake ticket. If it looks real, I might be able to get in. And then I was like, fuck it. And then another thing, someone else was hitting me up with a cheaper ticket for like the nosebleeds, right? And I was like, well, you know what? They're selling it for cheaper too. They're selling their ticket for $50 full. And I was like, you know what? Let me try to get that one. That way I have it backed up in case this other one don't work. And I was like, I might just be able to use both of them and get into like because one of them was a pit ticket, which is like you're at the bottom, right close to the stage. Expensive ticket, you know, and then the other one was like in the nosebleed. So I was like, if I got both of them, I might just be able to get into the stadium, and once I'm inside, I might just have to use the other fake ticket to navigate to the bottom. It's like it might work out anyway. So I kind of did the same thing with this other person. And I was like, I'll send you $25. You send that ticket, and then so I sent them money. Fucking just scam me right away. They didn't even send me shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, man, fuck. That was a straight loss. Hopefully I get my money back on that one. So I got scammed twice. And then this other guy, dude. So when I was at the stadium, the ticket, like, the shit wasn't working. So I was like, this other guy hit me up on Instagram. He was like, you need a ticket? And this guy was legit, but he didn't fucking trust me. So I was like, man, I got to a big argument with him. I ain't gonna send him more money than any of them, but he didn't ever send me the ticket because he thought I was scamming him. So, those two. So anyway, I fucking ended up getting scammed out $160 today. But 80 of it I can for sure get back because it went through PayPal and it went through my MasterCard, which has like fraud protection on it. So I'm not worried about that. I was like, that's an easy risk where like I can for sure get the money back. And then the other ones I did earlier that I was talking about, the first ones, those ones I have to like file a claim. Hopefully I can get my money back. It doesn't look like they will. Because I called them and they're like, Chase doesn't have protection on these payments when you do it to Zelle like that. I was like, we'll file a claim as a one-time courtesy. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm just going to keep fighting until I get my money back. Because it's not that much money. And so hopefully I can get something. But I didn't really want to go once I got to the stadium, though. I was like, well, I'm here. I'm going to try to get in. So that's why I did that with the last guy. But I'm not really worried about that one. It's just annoying. But I didn't even want to go today, It's kind of doing the most. I was just like wasting my whole day on that. It's because this morning, this person got me all excited because it looked all real. I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have a ticket. I was like, fuck, this shit might be dope. God might be blessing me today. They look scamming me. That's all good. Like, I'm pretty sure, I know $80 I'm gonna get back for sure. And then the other ones through Zelle, hopefully I can get some of that back, but I know Zelle doesn't do that, so I was just like hoping like I get the courtesy credit on that, at least one of them. So that's what happened today.
Hi, my name is Rich Reloaded. Juan Glory.
What do you value?
How the hell did you get scammed so many times in just one day, dude? Like, oh my lord, I would lose my shit.
I only got scammed twice. Okay, relax. And there's not that much money. And then I got desperate and tried to get this dude. And this dude thought I was scamming him. So, relax. It was only twice. And I knew there. Well, look, the first one was sketchy. I was like, this is for sure a scam, but it was like a calculated risk. And the second one was like, damn, I didn't see this one coming because that one looked super legit. So, really, you only got scammed once. So fuck off.
How the hell did you get scammed so many times in just one day, dude? Like, oh my lord, I would lose my shit. Yeah, but you're not getting that money from Zelle back. Like, that's like not, it's like 100% chance that you're not going to get it because it's just, it's in the contract. Trust me, I've had that conversation with every fucking customer I've ever worked out with. It's annoying, but you know, so what you can do is if they deny your claim, just keep asking for a supervisor. And even if they tell you no, then ask for their supervisor until we get you into the executive office. And then they'll just give you the refund just to shut the fuck up. Not many people do it because it's like, it takes a lot of time, a lot of bitching, and then it's just like, at the end it just doesn't sound genuine, but you have to like weigh into it. Now I'm starting to understand why you have money problems. How the hell you keep giving random ass people your money like that? Not many people do it because it's like, it takes a lot of time, a lot of bitching, and then it's just like, at the end it just doesn't sound. I'm just kidding, baby. I'm just kidding. I know. Now I'm starting to understand why you have money problems. How the hell you just keep giving random ass people your money like that? It's like, you know, I mean, like, it's not a lot, but like, still, I still get that when it was like 20 bucks. Like, inflation, dude. Every dollar counts now. So you would be so longing by the I woke up early today and I decided to like scrub the shit out of my floors. I did like this new concoction. It was like Ajax with like Fabuloso and Lysol, and had the laundry detergent with some dish soap, and then like really really hot water, and then I scrubbed the shit out of my floors. Dude, my floors look nice. Yeah, I get you. Not like, I remember the same thing happened to me when I bought my tickets from Tropicalia. I used to have this plug who I used to get tickets from, and like he's always getting like really really cheap, and like, but it was like nothing like ever like major or anything before. So like when I had those tickets, I was like, whoa man, like he just has to block my number, and they did, right? So and I felt like extra bad because I'm buying meat and like my friend's ticket for Cali, so like if I got scammed, like I kind of got her scammed too. So it's really been stressed out. And to top it off, like our tickets, like because they were like how you were saying they did. Yeah. To top it off, like our tickets, like because it was like the same thing how you were saying like that. Oh no, I can't like go in the week or whatever. Like here's the email, like there's just saved here at the wallet, like you know print out the ticket if you want, but this is the name, like this is the email. So we had to go to Long Beach and get dropped off there. There, like they had like a little area, like you know, the drop off area, and like you were supposed to walk from there to like your to the bus or like the little tram thing that they had going on because like you couldn't get like dropped off directly in front of it for some reason. So like it took us an hour waiting like just to get to it, just to be able to board one of the buses. Buses that took us to like um, Queen Mary, whatever the thing is, right there in Long Beach. And then like after that, we had to get into line. Now we security check us, so it's like a long ass time. Like it just felt like it was 2 hours waiting in line to just be able to see if our tickets were gonna work. And like it was like, oh, like you took your ticket and then you can go to security. It's like no, like you go to security, go through the metal detectors and everything, and then we'll scan your ticket to see if you think you're open. I have a scan and they're gonna just be like, nah, like shit, go back home, like whatever. And like the ticket I didn't want it to, so I was like extra stressed because you know how like the ID and everything. Luckily, I didn't get scammed, but like I don't know. I think like he must have gotten caught up or something because he stopped working after that. Like I was never able to hit him up.
Halfway, but I'm not in the mood.
I have a new plug that I just like was put onto recently, but he doesn't really do like tickets like that. Like he does more like rush groceries or like do orders. Like if you want to go out to eat, like he'll give you like a QR code or something, or if you want to order delivery or pickup or whatever, like he'll order. He has like an order minimum or something, but he'll order like a can get shit and then get you like 50 or like sometimes 40% off, like really really good deals. But it's really hard to come by somebody that has like concert ticket connections because those shits are expensive.
How do I get my money back to Zelle? Money. Wait for 4 minutes.
We are monitoring the developments with regard to COVID-19 and novel coronavirus, designated a global public health emergency as the situation all, our call centers may be impacted, resulting in long wait times. Your patience is greatly appreciated. Our response to cancel times are volumes. If you're using email through your banking app, please contact me.
You can't. You can just try calling your bank and then just complaining to the representative, and then if they don't give it to you, just ask for a supervisor. And if they don't give you the refund, ask for their supervisor, and then just keep doing that until you get to the very, very top.
How you doing? I ain't bothering.
Hi. See you later.
We're always fired.
Voting for yourself in the shape of me.
This is a very big office. How will you feed all these women? And they will talk loudly, and some of the women, they are angry, and some they are bitter, and some they are catty, and soon everybody is menstruating at the same time. This is a problem.
Well, it's more of a metaphor. Listen.
Disappearance is a major investigation. I need you to track her down. She keeps a garage across town. Let's start there.
One possibility, Major Johnson was preparing for a jury of any kind. Standard procedure mandates that she map out the risk of location in advance, and maybe check if she has any recent destinations on the GPS in her car.
It ain't food for free, nigga. It's food for less. And even much less. Government still gets their fucking money and the companies still get their money and they just make billions. While I'm fucking in line with some motherfucker tatted up to his fucking eyeballs, bro. He kind of looked like Ruben's cousin. And this motherfucker was yelling at me like, hey, this security guard's a bitch and he don't know shit. And he's fucking telling me this and this and that. I look at this fool and I'm like, go get that motherfucker. Edgar.